Jesus expects us not to be timid and weak and fearful people. And look, you can try to interpret this in some creative way that makes you feel better. Trust me, I tried, okay? But Jesus wakes up to his disciples, panicked in the storm, questioning, why don't you care about us? And he tells the wind, hey, zip it. And he tells the disciples, why are you guys acting like a bunch of cowards? Where's your faith? That's a boss move, if I've ever heard one. And it hurts because we all have areas of our life where we have let cowardice slip in, right? All of us. Maybe you're proud of the way that you've handled the COVID period, the year and a half. Maybe you're cowardly at times. I know I was. Maybe you put on a good show in front of people, but you're a coward in leading your family. Maybe you're a coward in sharing your faith in Christ. Maybe you're a coward when tragedy strikes and you turn to God every time something bad remotely happens and you say, where were you, God? How could you let this happen? Maybe you're a coward for standing in what you believe in when the pressure comes in life. The point of this story is in part to show us that our faith is only as good as the testing of that faith. It's only as good as the test. We don't always know what our faith is made of until the storm rolls in and beats us up and shakes us violently. Warren Wiersbe says this, it's not enough for us merely to learn a lesson or to be able to repeat a teaching. We must also be able to practice that lesson by faith, and that is one reason God permits trials to come to our lives. I think of James 1:2 that says, count it all joy, my brothers, when you meet trials of various kinds, for you know that the testing of your faith produces steadfastness. The biblical command to live by faith is not limited to correct answers on a theology test or Bible trivia or what we present as the best versions of ourselves on our Facebook page. It has to do also with living courageously. The mantra of Joshua is be strong and courageous. Do not be frightened. Do not be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you will go. And Jesus had to teach them that on this day. And yes, this applies even to the Sea of Galilee. Your job, disciple of Jesus, is not to stop the storm. We hear many preachers approach this text with this takeaway: 5 easy tips to calming the storms of your life, or something similar. But you need to know that that is not your job. Your job is not to rebuke the wind and the waves. Your job is to have unwavering faith in the one who can and fear him more than you fear the storm. The disciples thought this must mean Jesus doesn't care. That's what all the evidence is pointing to. He must not care. If he cared, he would not let us go through this storm. But we know that was a false interpretation. If life were free of struggle, there would be no avenue or need for faith. The call to be strong and courageous would be empty and meaningless. Jesus calls his disciples to reject cowardice and to go forward in faith.